This week on the Wild West Bass Trail.
Oh, it's on.
It's fierce, man. These guys are sticks, every one of them.
Some of the best anglers in the country right here.
There's a good one.
There'll be guys catching 30, 40 bass a day here, but it's all about 5.
Wild West Bass Trail, baby.
Woo! Trying to grind it out.
Oh, gosh.
That's what Lake Shasta is all about right there, isn't it?
Wild West, baby!
Got him.
This is a good one.
Welcome to a new season of the Wild West Bass Trail. It's day 1 of our SuperClean Shasta Lake Showdown. Our anglers are just now blasting off. We expect these guys to catch fish all weekend. It's cold in the mornings, coming up to about 70 degrees in the afternoons, and the rumor is guys have been whacking them all through pre-fish. It should be a great event.
Lake Shasta, blast off first morning. It's on, guys.
Day 1 of the SuperClean Showdown on Lake Shasta dawned clear and cold. An oddity since Northern California saw over 11 inches of rain earlier in the month. The spotted bass didn't seem to care, with the majority of the field bringing a limit to the scales.
Lake's kicking out a lot of big fish this year, so it's gonna be a race to the top.
Nick Salvucci slipped into the 5th spot with a 13.55-pound bag. 4th position was held by Jason Haley with 14.52 pounds. Roy Hawk edged out Jason by 3/10 of a pound to take the 3rd slot. Anderson, California angler Sage Baker weighed in at 15.5 pounds to take over 2nd. But it was Oroville, California angler Ryan Friend that took center stage on day 1.
Look at this. 1855, that's a solid day on day 1.
The last fish I weighed, and I realized that I was somewhere, I thought around 17, 18. It was kind of like reality set in, and I went, wow, that's the best bag I've ever had on this lake, personally.
We're in the heart of Northern California in the middle of winter on Lake Shasta. Gary, talk to me a little bit about this playing field.
You know, Shasta, it's the largest reservoir in the state of California. We've had a lot of rain this year, so the water is actually as high as it can get. They have to keep it down about 30 feet for flood control. It's an awesome lake. It's got a lot of big fish in it. It's phenomenal fishery.
And most of these guys are going to be catching spotted bass, is that right?
Predominantly spotted bass. There's a lot of big spots in here, but there's some giant largemouth too.
Our anglers are going to have a great time on Lake Shasta this weekend. What a beautiful place.
I'm gonna grind, I'm gonna fish hard, and I feel good. I'm glad I'm not getting chased like Ryan Friend. You know, that he smoked him yesterday.
3-pound lead, that's a good lead, but 2 more days, so I gotta perform today.
I think I'm in an area where there's fish are. They're probably going to change and just try to figure them out. Like I said, put my head down and go fishing.
Tournament leader Ryan Friend starts out fishing a floating fly on bridge pilings and comes up big on his first cast of the day.
And that's one of the good ones. And that's how you want to start it off. Good solid fish. There's plenty of these, so hopefully if we can pluck off a couple more, that'd be a great start for the morning. You know, spotted bass like to suspend, and they'll suspend over deep water. They don't have a problem with that, so it's just something for them to get next to while they're suspending. That one don't feel too good, but sometimes they fool you. Thanks, sir. He's number 2, so we'll take him for now.
9th place Dusty Kaler picks up where he left off yesterday.
Left him biting yesterday, so wanted to save him for today, and I'm not gonna leave today. I'm gonna grind on him, at least try to make the cut, and then try to figure it out tomorrow. I've been catching them all on this A-rig here. Actually, I'm throwing 2 different ones. I'm throwing a little bit lighter, a little slimmer bait profile out on the main body, but back in here I've been getting away with throwing these a little bit bigger baits. Better one, better one. Oh, get him in. Woo! That'll work. Those are the ones we're looking for. This one's for you, Braden. There you go, buddy.
Roy Hawk is fishing a shad-colored crankbait up Squaw Creek.
Yep. Right on, brother. Thank you.
Second place after day one, Sage Baker has a small limit in the boat so far today.
I've probably only got 8 pounds or something. I've got all pretty little fish, so I definitely would like to get rid of all of them, 4 of them at least. I think he might help a little bit, not as much help as what I need, but I don't know. They always seem to get smaller when you get them in.
Sixth place contender Ryan Tripp has a small limit as well. He needs some better quality fish to assure he makes the top 10 cut.
He wasn't that little.
I'm kind of in a mediocre stage. I don't know. I feel like I'm probably gonna hopefully get a check, but I don't know if I'm gonna be fishing tomorrow or not. That could have been a very costly fish.
Jason Healy, fourth after day one, is culling but has yet to land any big spots.
That might help, actually. And I'm struggling. I've caught a lot of fish today. I don't have a 2-pound fish. I'm in trouble.
Fifth place, Nick Salvucci struggles to duplicate his day one total.
I'll swing it. It'll help a little.
It's coming down to ounces. With an hour left in his day, Nick is fighting to secure his spot in the top 10 and fish on championship day.
This is my best fish so far today. A little over 11 pounds right now. Probably need a couple more pounds, I think, to make tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes.
Our anglers have been catching them. The field's tight. It's time to weigh them in. Coming up next.
Want to achieve the highest performance out of your outboard engine? Introducing the newest product from the makers at Lucas Oil, Marine Fuel Treatment and Injector Cleaner. Lucas Marine Fuel Treatment stabilizes fuel and eliminates corrosion. It cleans and lubricates the complete fuel system. Perfect for marine outboard applications. Eliminates the need for higher octane fuels and will not void your warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole nother level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
Wild West Bass Trail is brought to you by Lucas Oil Marine Products, made in America, sold to the world. Ranger Boats, driven to dominate. By Gator Guards, the ultimate in boat protection. Costa, see what's out there. By Dobbins Rods, fish to win. And by Yamamoto Custom Baits, because what you fish matters.
Welcome to Lake Shasta Caverns, National Natural Landmark. What we have here is a National Natural Landmark. It is a limestone solutional cave on Shasta Lake. Roughly about 800 to 900 vertical feet above the surface of the lake. Inside that cave, you get to see all the reason why we are a National Natural Landmark. It is a pristine environment loaded with fossils, as well as a whole bunch of speleothem from stalactites, stalagmites, and 30 other different varieties of speleothem. So it is a definite treat to come here and experience the National Natural Landmark on Shasta Lake.
The action has been hot. The field is tightened up. Let's get right to the scales.
With the field jockeying for the right to fish on day 3, no one expected the bag our first pro brought to the scale.
14.21, that sets you right up there. Good job today.
And I'm just hoping to get a check. If I get a fish tomorrow, then all the better. I mean, I feel truly blessed to have what I have today.
Day 1 contenders Sage Baker, Jason Healy, and Ryan Tripp couldn't deliver and find themselves on the bubble.
I'm kind of overwhelmed right now. I'm just really hoping to sweat it out and make top 10. It'd be really cool to fish tomorrow.
Jason Bradshaw made his move with another consistent bag.
12.21, that's gonna get you up there.
Roy Hogg steps up to the scales with a nice limit.
Look at that, 10.79.
Hold on, I'll take it. Yes,
Roy secures his spot on championship day. The remaining battle is between good friends Dusty Kaler and Nick Salvucci as they look to take the lead from Ryan Friend.
Look at this string, folks. 13.79, that's a good string today.
It's fun, you know, when you're catching 50 fish a day and, you know, I'm throwing back 2-pounders, especially on a lake like this. I mean, that's pretty special.
Boat number 22, Nick Salvucci. How much yesterday?
13.5.
Look at this. 1384, that gets you up around the 27-pound mark, right in there.
Yeah, I'm excited. My goal was to make top 10, so I made that. So tomorrow's just a bonus.
All righty, coming up, Ryan Friend, yesterday's leader, boat number 29, Ryan Friend. We're gonna put her to the scale. I think you're setting pretty darn good. 10-14, that's gonna get you right up the line.
Ryan Friend holds on to the lead by a slim margin over Nick Salvucci. Dan Wells jumped 20 places to take over the 5th slot. The top 10 are set for Championship Day and the final conclusion of Wild West Bass Trail's Super Clean Showdown on Lake Shasta.
It feels good to have the lead. It's always something that maybe it goes away, maybe it doesn't, but in the end, that total number is all that counts for weight. So
I think it's a race to 40 pounds. Whoever hits 40 pounds is going to make it. Is going to top this thing.
Got a shot at the win if I catch a couple big ones today, and man, what a blessing.
We'll go as hard as we can till the very last whistle.
Wild West Bass Trail Championship Sunday, let's go!
Welcome to Championship Sunday on the Wild West Bass Trail. Our top 10 pros and co's are already out on the lake catching fish. In first place, we've got Ryan Friend. How do you feel about Ryan's chances out there today, Gary?
Well, Ryan, he's doing an unusual technique. He's throwing a float and fly. Ryan's catching him on bridge pilings in the morning, and then he's going to the end of the rivers in the current to finish out his day. He just didn't have big bites yesterday, but he had a solid bag, and I expect him to have a solid bag again today.
Now, right behind Ryan in second and third are two roommates from Paso Robles, California. So they've come all the way up from Southern California. Nick Salvucci in second and Dusty Kaler in third. What do you see happening there?
Well, those two guys are buddies and they're fishing side by side. They're both catching them all on an A-rig. They're fishing dirty water. I really expect those guys to stay pretty solid, exactly where they are. A big bite can separate them still, but they're just going to be solid, very solid. The guy that we really got to keep our eyes on is Dan Wells. Just like Sage Baker on day one, he got those swim bait bites and he came in with a big sack.
Bigger bait, bigger fish?
Bigger bait, bigger fish, trout fishery. Sage got him on day one. Sage slipped a little bit yesterday, did not catch those swim bait fish. Dan Wells caught those swim bait fish. And if they bite for him again today, Dan's guy, he is the guy we've got to watch. He can make a big charge. He's in 5th place, 3.5 pounds out, which really isn't a lot for Lake Shasta.
Folks, from 1st to 10th place, we've only got a 6-pound spread, and we've seen fish over 6 pounds come to the scales. It's gonna be crazy today.
It's the last day. You gotta go for broke today. There's no tomorrow. First cast, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we got one. Pegged anyways.
Our leader, Ryan Friend, has returned to a bridge in the main body of the lake to start his day.
Number one, baby.
4th place, Roy Hawk has just one fish in the boat. A slow morning forces him to contemplate a move.
7:37 and we're way up the Pit River.
Lake Shasta's offering everything. We have some guys running and gunning all over the lake and other guys sitting on one school of fish. What's gonna be the winning strategy? We'll find out in just a moment.
For over 30 years, Lucas Oil has provided the very best products for the land and sea. From this success stems another amazing product from the Lucas Marine lineup, Lucas Slick Mist Marine Speed Wax. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Lucas Marine Speed Wax will make your boat look brand new and provide great UV protection. Apply Lucas Marine Slick Mist to wet and dry surfaces, in sunlight or shade. It's ideal in both fresh and saltwater application and prevents hard water deposits. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
I'm standing in front of Turtle Bay Exploration Park. Visitors love to come here for many reasons. First off, it's right next to our Sundial Bridge. but also inside we have a lot of animals. All of our visitors and locals alike go in and get to spend time with animals that are part of our Northern California climate. Inside the museum is a story of the salmon run. And the reason that's so interesting is that right here at the Sacramento River is the winter run Chinook salmon. The only place in the world that they spawn is right here at this spot. So Turtle Bay Exploration Park, our Sundial Bridge and our river, it's a prime spot for people to come and take it all in one place.
Welcome back to the Wild West Bass Trail SuperClean Showdown at Lake Shasta. The action is hot, the scenery is beautiful, and our anglers are catching fish.
I'm gonna probably be a little more thorough on these today, just knowing that yesterday, you know, heading up the McLeod later on just didn't pan out the way I hoped it would. So I want to spend a little more time up there today. I know there are some big fish up in that area. There's number 2. Doesn't feel that big, but sometimes they can fool you. I don't think he's that good, but he's not bad. We'll take him. Number 2. Maybe that color changed today. Kind of went with a green, a little bit of an orange bottom on it. Maybe that's going to make the difference.
Yuba City, California angler Dan Wells charged into 5th place from the 25th position to fish on this final day.
Yeah, it's gotten a little rough this morning. I had a couple stops on some bridges. I thought I could at least pick 5 up pretty quick, but that didn't pan out. So we got one little one right now, and I did just lose a good one a couple minutes ago, but you know, that's fishing. I'm catching the bulk of my fish on a floating fly, which is just fishing for suspended fish up here on these bridges is all it is. It's nothing fancy, just a crappie jig under a bobber and hoping that one pulls it down. We're on the final day, so I mean, I'm looking for just a couple big ones right now. I ain't worried about going to 10th. I'm worried about winning. You know, so I've stuck to that so far, and we're gonna live and die with it. What do you know about that? That's a good fish on Shasta right now.
Ryan Friend continues his assault using the float and fly technique.
They're not getting any bigger, guys. Solid fish, just not a big one. Yeah. Number 3.
Roy Hawk continues to struggle. After making a move, Roy finds an active fish on a jig.
Number 2, Championship Sunday, Wild West Bass.
I am not anywhere near my hopes and dream weight, I can tell you that right now. I got probably a little over 9 pounds, and maybe 9.5 pounds. So still got a lot of work to do in an hour and 40 minutes.
Nick's luck changes as he starts to cull. With over a pound to make up on leader Ryan Friend, every ounce helps.
Right on. Felt bigger.
The action on Shasta is fast and furious. More in a moment.
You know, I've never really had an office job. Ooh, morning, Skate. Morning, Edwin. Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
Lucas Oil's Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Outboard Engine Oil will not only produce a level of confidence with each trip to the lake, but also provide trust backed by rigorous testing on the track as well as on the water. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil has an extensive additive package that will provide clean burning, smooth running, and maximum performance stability to any outboard on the market today. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil will not void your manufacturer's warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine Products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
Wild West Bass Trail is brought to you by Evinrude, official engine of the Wild West Bass Trail. Super Clean, super easy, super fast, super clean. General Tire, anywhere is possible. By Protect the Harvest, keeping our traditions alive for future generations. Lowrance, for anglers who want it all. And by Power Pole, official shallow water anchor of the Wild West Bass Trail. Championship day for Wild West Bass Trail's Super Clean Showdown on Lake Shasta. The top 10 from day 2 are battling it out for over $100,000 in cash and prizes.
It's all right. It's slower. I mean, I'm getting a lot of short bites. You see me swinging there. I'll adjust to it, just make them eat a little bit more. Wait till my rod loads up a little better. That'll work. That'll work. That's what we're looking for right there.
Our leader Ryan Friend continues to fish a bridge in the main body of the lake with success.
It's a good fish. Good fish. Darn spotted bass. Man, they can pull. Yeah! Yeah!
Good job.
Hook fell right out. Wild West, baby! Well, stand in the back of the line, you never know what the guys ahead of you got, and you look down that line, what a group of great anglers. So
728, 1049.
As the anglers crossed the scales, no one was able to mount a significant attack until 5th place Dan Wells stepped up to the stage.
A new leader, 949, Dan Wells. You're our new leader with a total right now unofficially of 3468.
Roy Hawk steps to the scales needing 9 pounds to take the lead.
It's going to be close. It'll be close tonight.
All right, get your hand off there. No
All
cheating.
right, let's go.
975, the new leader, Roy Hawk, the threat on Lake Shasta. Tell us how you did it.
Dusty Kaler needs just 8.82 to take the lead.
It's a pretty heavy bag. Let's see what we've got. Look out. 1145, you're a solid new leader. Dusty Kaler with the unofficial 3801. It's time for you to take the hot seat. So coming up next, we've got Nick Salvucci.
Nick Salvucci attempts to knock Dusty from the top spot.
It's going to be close.
It is going to be close. Look at that. I think you're going to do it. 10.85 pounds. The new leader.
Leader Ryan Friend is last to weigh in.
Are you ready? Who's our Lake Shasta champion going to be? Yell it out. Looks like it's going to take 9.55. 11.85. Your 2017 Lake Shasta champion is Ryan Friend. Hold it up high, Ryan. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
Ryan Friend takes home the championship on Lake Shasta. Our first 3-day event, our first top 10 pro cut, and Ryan Friend leads wire to wire. Gary, how'd he do it?
You know, Ryan Friend is a phenomenal float and fly fisherman. He caught every fish in this event on a float and fly. He started off with an 18-pound plus bag on day 1, come back with almost 11 on day 2, and a hard plus 11 on day 3. He's catching big fish in that float and fly, wire to wire, never let nobody get too close. He's just an awesome champion. He's made that float and fly technique famous on Lake Oroville. Now it's famous on Lake Shasta.
An awesome fisherman, an even better guy. We couldn't have had a better champion for our first event. Join us next time on the Wild West Bass Trail as we hit Lake Mojave.
Total performance. Nowhere could it be more defined than in the Ranger Z Series. With unparalleled advancements, these rigs are driven to dominate.
Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and up to 500 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance, they're the ultimate fishing machines. The legendary leadership of the Ranger C500 series. It's the kind of feeling nothing else can touch. Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.